Let me take you somewhere few people dare to go, somewhere deep beyond the well-lit paths of everyday knowledge. I want you to imagine yourself stepping into a world where the forest breathes, where old stories cling to the bark of ancient trees, and where something, or someone, watches you just beyond the tree line. Tonight we walk into the mystery of Bigfoot, not as myth, not as folklore, but as a possibility that has lingered far too long to be dismissed. You and I are going to explore the evidence, the sightings, the whispers, the photographs, and the strange silence that blankets everything about this creature. And by the end, you might start to wonder whether Bigfoot has been avoiding us. Or maybe we've never truly known where to look. Think for a moment about the sheer size of the wilderness on this planet. Entire mountain ranges left untouched, forests that stretch endlessly, valleys and river systems nobody has mapped in generations. Hidden corners even satellites can't fully penetrate, and somewhere within these expanses, countless people, hikers, hunters, travelers, all claim to have seen something that does not belong to the catalogue of known animals. They describe towering figures covered in thick hair, moving with unnatural grace, watching them silently before disappearing back into the trees as if they were never there at all. Some have shaken hands slightly while recounting what they saw, not because they fear being judged, but because remembering it still terrifies them. The oldest stories don't come from recent decades. They go back centuries, to indigenous communities across North America, each with their own name for the creature. Sasquatch, Skookum, Sabe. These weren't jokes or myths meant to scare children. They were warnings, records, testimonies. Some tribes believed these beings were guardians. Others saw them as spirits, and a few insisted they were just another kind of people, older, stronger, deeply connected to the land. If these stories were isolated, we could wave them away as folklore. But when tribes separated by thousands of kilometers tell similar stories, you start to wonder if they're describing the same thing. Then came the era of proof. Footprints the size of dinner plates, pressed into mud with a weight no man could fake. Strands of hair that didn't match any known species. Low-frequency howls recorded in forests late at night. Sounds that did not fit wolves, bears, or anything documented. Even the famous Patterson-Gimlin film, shaky and debated as it is, still stands undefeated in one strange way. Every attempt to recreate it, with modern costumes, modern CGI, or modern analysis, fails to mimic the muscle movement under the creature's skin. Specialists have said the gait, the shoulder rotation, the mass, they don't align with a man in a suit. And even skeptics, when pressed, hesitate to claim the footage is definitively fake. In scientific fields, hesitation is often the first sign that something doesn't add up. But here's where the mystery gets deeper. If Bigfoot exists, why hasn't anyone captured one? Why no body, no bones, no absolute proof? It's a question people smirk at, as if unanswered means impossible. But think about this. How many times have we found the remains of large animals deep in the wild? Almost never. Nature reclaims everything quickly. Scavengers, insects, the soil itself. Within weeks, even massive creatures vanish. And if Bigfoot is intelligent, even slightly more aware than the animals we know, it might not die in the open. It might hide. It might retreat. It might care for its dead, the same way elephants mourn, or gorillas protect their own. If that is true, then our lack of evidence isn't a failure. It's exactly what we would expect from a species that wants to remain unseen. And think about how we explore the world. We stick to paths, campgrounds, predictable routes. But Bigfoot sightings occur far beyond those boundaries, in the remote areas humans rarely step into. People who do enter those depths, often do so once, get frightened by something they can't explain, and never return. Sightings spike in regions with dense forests, complex terrain, deep valleys, and thick fog. Perfect places for a creature that learned, long before humans, how to disappear. If you lived your entire existence avoiding us, blending into forests, walking barefoot on soft ground, hearing every broken twig before it snaps, no one would catch you either. Then there are the photos, blurry, distant, vague. Critics love to laugh at them. But ask yourself, when was the last time you took a clear picture of anything moving far away in the woods? Even with modern technology, capturing something unexpected in a split second is almost impossible. Fear kicks in, adrenaline surges. You're not thinking about focus or lighting or angles. You're thinking, what is that? Why is it watching me? Should I run? And in that moment, your hands shake, your instincts shout louder than your logic, and by the time you raise your camera, the figure is already slipping through the trees. But there's something else, something that makes this mystery even stranger. Whenever new researchers try to get funding to explore Bigfoot seriously, they hit a wall. Projects get denied. Organizations avoid the topic. Scientists who express interest risk their reputation. Why? Why is this subject treated differently from studies on extinct megafauna, deep-sea creatures, or unidentified species in the Amazon? If Bigfoot doesn't exist, shouldn't it be easy to prove? Yet doors close, grants vanish, careers get threatened. It's almost as if someone, or something, wants the world to stop asking questions. And that kind of resistance only sparks more curiosity. Some believe Bigfoot may not be an undiscovered animal, but something older, a branch of humanity that survived in isolation. A cousin species, perhaps. Our reflection in a darker mirror. Stronger, quieter, perfectly adapted to the wilderness. The idea sounds impossible until you realize how little we know about ancient hominids. Every few years, we discover new human relatives we never knew existed. Denisovans, Homo floresiensis, red deer cave people. Entire species erased before history began, only rediscovered through a fragment of bone or a tooth. If humans evolved alongside multiple parallel species, why should we assume only one survived? And if Bigfoot is one of these lost relatives, then maybe it doesn't want to be found. Maybe it remembers what humans are capable of. Maybe it has kept its distance for thousands of years for a reason. As you listen to this, think of all the forests we haven't walked, all the mountain valleys whose silence still holds secrets, all the shadows that move when they think we're not looking. The world is bigger than our maps, older than our science, stranger than our understanding. Bigfoot might not just be a creature we haven't discovered yet. It might be a survivor, of time, of evolution, of us. And maybe, just maybe, the reason no one has ever captured Bigfoot is because Bigfoot has been watching us far longer than we've been looking for him.